everybody and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to make this little pizza Pusheen phone case from scratch. This is actually inspired by the Fimo Emotions phone case, which I'll leave a link below because it is really fab. So to start off with, you'll need some corn flour. I just put mine into a regular cereal bowl, and then what you want to do is add some silicone. You'll then want to add some corn flour on top of the silicone, just so that it's all covered, which will make it easier when you start to mix it. You'll want to wear gloves for this. I actually made it before without gloves, and it was so sticky. Once you're done mixing, you'll kind of know when you know. Something like a play-doughy clay type consistency that holds by itself and isn't too sticky. So to add colour, all I did was added a little bit of black acrylic paint just to make it a grey shade. Next, taking my baking paper, I then rolled out the silicone with a rolling pin, enough so that it was able to cover the phone case in and around. Mine was a little bit misshapen because I'm not very good with a rolling pin, but with a little blending it was okay. Taking some more grey silicone, I then made a little snake and wrapped it around the bottom to act as Pusheen's tail. I then blended this in with my fingers. Taking 2 more balls of little silicone, I then added these as the arms, and I added 2 more to make Pusheen's little feet. Then took another ball of grey silicone. This was actually another batch, so it was slightly darker, but we'll get to fixing that in a minute. I made these into 2 rounded triangles to make Pusheen's ears and just blended them into the silicone base. So moving on to 3 weeks later now, because I completely forgot about this DIY, I then cut the phone out of the phone case. I use scissors, but you could use an X-Acto knife or whatever you have to hand really. You'll then want to remove the phone case and just trim up all the edges and just smooth them all out as much as possible. The accents on the main phone case were a little bit of a different colour, so I wanted to even that out, and taking some grey acrylic paint, I just painted the whole phone case. Some darker acrylic paint, I then painted the stripes on top of Pusheen's head and the stripes on her tail. Next, to make the pizza, I used some polymer clay and I just squished it down with my thumb and cut it into a triangle. Taking some brown polymer clay and white polymer clay, I mixed them together to make this beigey colour. I rolled it into a little snake and blended it onto the bottom of the original triangle. I then took some red polymer clay and rolled them into miniature little balls, squished them in my thumb and finger and just stuck them on to make little pepperoni pizzas. I then baked according to the instructions on my packet and glazed the little pepperoni once it had come out of the oven. I then super glued it in between Pusheen's paws. Next, with a tiny paintbrush and some black acrylic paint, I then painted on Pusheen's face and whiskers. I didn't actually cut any buttonholes into my phone case, just personal preference, I didn't really want them. But if you make this DIY, you can do that. So I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!